What is up, my viewers? Time again for a World of Tanks gameplay commentary. I definitely messed that one up. It is going to be a replay submission from Bondar 007 in his Type T-34. Standard battle, Northwest, the only battle on Northwest. And if the game would like to load anytime today, I'm still on leave, for the record, and this is running on my laptop. My laptop is a very powerful MSI, maybe not the most powerful on the market, but it's certainly a good gaming computer. And here we go. Now I can look at the enemy teams a little bit better. Certainly looking fairly even here. A tier 5 match with one more tier 5 on Bondar's team, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference here. A lot of tier 4s and tier 3s. And the tier 3s at this rate are just going to be cannon fodder for the 5s. I mean, there's no two ways about it. The tier 3s are sorely outmatched by these tier 5 vehicles, especially the Churchill 1. I mean, that Churchill 1, not the best player, and that's putting it nicely, but certainly that Panzer IV-H and other vehicles of the sort, you know, tier 5s are going to be able to absolutely decimate the 4s and 3s in this match. So we'll see exactly how things load out here. Speaking of loadouts, it looks like Bondar here has some binocs on this Type T-34. Now, the Type T-34 is the Chinese variant of the Russian T-34, so should play very similarly. We saw a game with one of those earlier. Right here, Bondar running 75 AP, 25 APCR, and someone did correct me in a previous match. So APCR has better shell travel speed than AP. However, it loses penetration over distance quicker, but it makes up for that in having higher general penetration. So also AP has better shell normalization. That basically means if you're shooting an angled surface, AP is going to have a better chance of shooting it. AP has a 5-degree angle normalization, whereas APCR has a 2-degree angle normalization. So not going to help out as much. There we go. Let's increase that mini-map size. Panzer 1C, very fast, tier 3, trying to run up the middle, maybe take out the one artillery piece each team has, and it is going to be British artillery for both teams. That Bishop 1, correct? Nope, just the Bishop. I'm wrong. Semi-wrong. But First Blood going to the Jordan guy. What's he driving? He's driving that tier 4 German. Nope, I'm right. Panzer IV-D, not the Panzer IV-H. So, certainly 1 for 1. The enemy team still losing in hit points, but overall, I have to say right here, I agree with Bondar's decision. He's going where medium tanks usually go, usually are most effective, which is this northern hillside. You usually want to send your heavy tanks to the south, keep your medium tanks in the north, and kind of just battle it out right here. Crusader, very good tier 5 light tank, but it's going to struggle against this Type T-34 right here, already having a rough time. Bondar using auto aim in this situation, not necessarily a bad decision considering he's fighting a light tank. The Su-85 having trouble getting shots off, shooting the tank behind Bondar, but still Bondar at near full health, and this Su-85 having not nearly enough hit points or armor to survive that engagement, almost killing that Panzer IV-H, however, so good for him. He's almost knocked out, and that will knock out one of the tier 5s, but however, the Su-85, one of his tier 5s. That Crusader, one of the other enemy team's tier 5s. So the enemy team has knocked out 1 tier 5 for 2 tier 5 losses. And right here, Bondar is being a little bit cautious, as he should be. That Toaster sitting way in the back there, that German tank destroyer, the glass cannon, and he is certainly outnumbered. In this situation, he might want to fall back a little bit, wait for team support, and he's doing just the best he can on that. And like I said earlier, those tier 3s really not going to be able to do much of anything to these tier 5 monsters. Triple kill, and it's still, again, a tier 3 trying to fight a tier 5. The only thing that has a chance in hell of penetrating this tier 5 medium tank is this tank destroyer. And right now, Bondar is trying to get some arty support to rein in and also go and take a shot. Why he is refusing to aim in whatsoever. He's reminding me of the early days of Mr. Never Aim's replays here. I mean, Never Aim constantly was living up to his namesake and never using the scoped version, the what's the technical name for it? I can't recall. But anyway, of little consequence, 5 kills there, taking out the largest threat to his vehicle, and his team dominating 10-4. It certainly would be a much closer match, 5-4, had it not been for Bondar here. He's doing an absolutely amazing job. His teammate taking notice of that, saying just great job. He's saying thank you, being very polite, very encouraging. This team is a lot of good vibes going on here, and I wish you know, we saw a little bit more of that in World of Tanks. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rage, a lot of hate, a lot of trolling that goes on in that chat, and you can disable that in options if you want to, just to never see chat whatsoever. But still, tier 5, almost 1,400 hit points of damage dealt, and this enemy RT definitely going to be the next victim on the list. One shot, and Bondar just refusing to ever zoom in and aim, always using that auto aim. And there we go, monster kill, kill number 6, Top Gun, and doing very well for himself, 16-16, a very solid damaging performance, and the enemy team having nothing but that tier 4 tank destroyer left, the predecessor to the T-34, I believe. I'm not too familiar with all the tank trees, especially with all the changes that have happened over the years. There was a time when there were fewer tanks in the game where I could have told you what tank led to what and been absolutely right about it, but in this case it's definitely been a bit hard to keep track. Right now, definitely not having the gun depression, trying to just angle his tank, and his tank will lean forward just a little bit, getting a maybe kill number 7 here, and nope, a little bit of a bad, there we go, kill number 7, end of the match, 17-21 damage dealt, and a very solid performance. Definitely playing his tank as aggressively as he should have, being top tier, and with so many lower tiers that we're going to have trouble doing anything to him whatsoever. Oh, and one thing I failed to notice, that Crusader did fire APCR versus him. So Crusader definitely taking note of what he was fighting and trying to respond accordingly, but certainly not able to do nearly enough. But let's go to those post-game stats and see just how well he did. And here we go, earning himself Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, High Caliber. I wasn't even thinking about that, but clearly with the amount of damage he dealt in a tier 5 match with a lot of tier 3s and 4s, definitely going to give himself that. And Top Gun Bruiser, Unexpected Duelist, kind of unexpected, and Fire for Effect, not even close to unexpected there, but Type T-34 having very little hit points and dealing out just so much damage, definitely going to be very valuable to his team. Top performer in both experience, by a long shot actually, just a massive amount of experience for a tier 5, mind you. And 17-21 for damage. We knew that coming out of the match. The mod was very good in tracking that. He would have earned 15-94 had he been running premium. And just doing a lot of damage to that enemy team in general, breaking some things on other vehicles, which is how he got Bruiser. And overall, a very solid performance. The closest thing to a good vehicle on the enemy team, a good player, that KV-1 and that M3 Lee, the Su-85, not doing too bad for himself, even though he only got 1 or 2 shots off for damage, but still doing a little bit, whereas the rest of that enemy team, look at all those zeros right there, 12, 17, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, of course Bondar's team had a couple of 0 players, but they just really weren't in too much of a strong position to do anything anyway, so can't fault them too much. Top performers, that Churchill 1, that Panzer IV H, no, that was the D, okay. The D, the Hetzer, not doing too bad because Hetzer's gonna Hetz, but certainly the MVP and probably the only reason his team won. It probably would have been a lot closer of a match, and his team might have even lost without his assistance there. But 17-21, absolutely wrecking that enemy team, earning a good amount of credits, and overall just a very solid performance. And as if we didn't know that already because of Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. But I feel like I've rambled on long enough. If you like this video, be sure to click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you've got a replay, check the description below for instructions on how to submit. And if you've got comments or suggestions on how I can make my videos, channel, anything better, just let me know in the comment section below. But until next time, this has been Spang, and I am signing off.
MLG Dynamo.